Angel says, "My beloved, listen with your full attention, for this message carries divine urgency. Heaven has revealed that a new house is being prepared specifically for you. A dwelling place designed with your needs in mind. A home created to match the desires of your heart. But you must understand, this is not just a message of blessing but one of critical timing. The heavenly windows are open for a short season only. What I am about to reveal requires your immediate response. You have until March 20th, not a day longer, before this opportunity vanishes from your path forever. Something is being arranged in the housing market just for you. Something is shifting in property availability with your name attached to it. Something is being cleared and prepared in a location meant to be your new beginning. The perfect home that matches your prayers, the ideal dwelling that aligns with your needs, the living space that will bring you peace, it has been marked and set apart for you. You may not have seen it yet, but heaven has been watching it. The angels have witnessed what has been set in motion for your dwelling blessing. And now you must know what stands before you. The home you've been praying for, the property you've been hoping for, the dwelling you've been searching for, it awaits your action. A house with your name on it has been prepared. A dwelling that matches your heart's desires has been set aside. A living space that will bring restoration to your life has been marked for you. You have been living in temporary situations while your true home remained hidden. You have been making do with less than ideal spaces while your perfect dwelling was being prepared. You have struggled with housing issues while heaven was arranging your permanent address. That was not your final destination. That was not your forever home. That was not the dwelling place heaven intended for you. You have always sensed deep inside that you were meant for a better living situation. You have felt frustrated that your current space doesn't support your purpose. You have known in your spirit that a different home environment was waiting for you. That feeling was heaven's whisper of truth. That frustration was divine discontent with temporary provision. That knowing was angelic confirmation of what was coming. And now the moment has arrived for you to claim what was always meant to be yours. The housing barriers are falling. The property restrictions are lifting. The limitations on your living situation are being removed by heavenly decree. But there is a divine timetable. There is a heavenly deadline. There is a sacred moment that must not be missed, March 20th. But my beloved, do not be anxious. Do not let worry cloud your mind. Do not allow housing fears to overwhelm your heart. For I, your guardian angel, am revealing this to you not to cause stress but to prepare you for blessing. I am not speaking of fantasy properties that don't exist. I am not describing imaginary dwellings that will never materialize. I am declaring heaven's housing provision that has already been arranged with your name. This revelation comes now because preparations are complete. This message reaches you today because the final details are in place. This truth finds you at this moment because the deadline approaches and you must be ready. Your current address may still be the same. Your living situation may not have changed yet. Your housing circumstances may still seem locked in place. But in the spiritual realm where all earthly realities begin, your new home is ready. In the heavenly blueprints where your true dwelling is designed, your house is complete. In the divine property records where your real address is registered, your name is already listed. But you must act before March 20th or this divine provision will be reassigned to another. This is not the first time you've hoped for better housing. This is not the first time you've dreamed of a new home. This is not the first time you've prayed about your living situation. But this time is different. This time is not just wishful thinking. This time is not empty imagination. This time is a divine appointment with an expiration date. Past housing opportunities may have fallen through. Past property possibilities may have disappeared. Past dwelling prospects may have come to nothing. But this time the very forces of heaven stand behind this provision. This time angels have been assigned to your housing transition. This time spiritual resources have been mobilized for your move. Do you feel the urgency in your spirit? Do you sense the divine timing? Do you recognize why March 20th matters so deeply? That is because what heaven has prepared comes with specific timing. The house that has been waiting for you cannot wait forever. The property that has been marked for you has a redemption deadline. The dwelling that has been prepared for you must be claimed by the appointed date. Heaven has issued the decree, and March 20th is the final day for your response. This is the time to be alert to housing signs. This is the time to watch for property indicators. This is the time to notice home-related open doors. My beloved, you must sharpen your awareness now. You must heighten your attention now. You must focus your discernment now. Not every housing opportunity leads to your prepared dwelling. Not every property listing connects to your divine provision. Not every real estate option aligns with heaven's plan for you. You must look with spiritual eyes. You must listen with spiritual ears. You must move with spiritual timing. There is heavenly wisdom guiding your housing journey now. There is divine intelligence directing your dwelling search now. There is supernatural insight illuminating your property path now. Be watchful of distractions that would delay you. Be careful about overthinking that would paralyze you. Be mindful of fears that would hold you back. For in this season of transition, your action before March 20th will either secure your blessing or forfeit it. Even as housing markets seem closed to you, I am opening a specific door that no one can shut. Even as property prices appear beyond your reach, I am preparing a dwelling that will be made affordable for you. Even as living spaces seem unavailable in your area, I have already secured a place with your name on it. You may not see the full picture yet. You may not understand the complete plan yet. You may not comprehend how it will all unfold yet. But heaven is working tirelessly on your housing behalf. Angels are arranging circumstances for your perfect timing. Divine messengers are connecting you with the right property at the right moment. Where housing applications were once rejected, I am causing approval. Where property opportunities once passed you by, I am causing them to find you. Where dwelling possibilities once seemed impossible, I am making paths straight. There is a divine housing strategy that no human mind could arrange. There is a heavenly property plan that no earthly power can prevent. There is a supernatural dwelling design unfolding even as you hear these words. Your part is to stay alert. Your part is to prepare yourself. Your part is to act when prompted before March 20th arrives. You are not alone in your housing struggles. You have never been alone in your search for a proper home. You have never faced a single housing challenge by yourself. Even in the nights when you cried about your living situation. Even in the days when you worried about where you would stay. Even in the moments when housing insecurity felt overwhelming. My beloved, I have seen every housing tear. I have felt every dwelling worry. I have known every property concern. The times you felt homeless were still times you were carried. The seasons of inadequate shelter were still seasons of preparation. The periods of housing uncertainty were still times of direction. No prayer for a home went unheard. No request for a better dwelling was ignored. No cry for housing help was forgotten. All of it was recorded. All of it was honored. All of it has led to this moment of housing provision. You have learned lessons in difficult living spaces that will help you appreciate your new home. You have gained wisdom in housing challenges that will guide you in stability. You have developed gratitude in lack that will multiply your joy in provision. I will not allow housing fears to stop you from claiming your blessing. I will not allow dwelling anxiety to prevent you from meeting the March 20th deadline. I will not allow property hesitation to rob you of what heaven has prepared. For I am your guardian angel, and I now stand watch over your housing transition. The cycle of temporary dwellings that has marked your past is now broken. The pattern of inadequate living spaces that has limited you is now ended. The history of housing disappointments that has discouraged you is now removed. You are crossing into a new living reality. You are stepping into a new dwelling identity. You are claiming a new housing inheritance. No weapon of housing disruption formed against you will succeed. No scheme designed to block your move will prosper. No plan created to delay you past March 20th will work. The heavenly hosts now clear your housing path. The angelic armies now fight for your dwelling provision. The spiritual warriors now secure your property blessing. But remember, what is divinely prepared must be claimed by the appointed time. What is heavenly arranged must be received by March 20th. What is angelically secured must be acted upon before the deadline passes. You have been chosen for this specific dwelling because it aligns with your life purpose. You have been selected for this particular home because it supports your divine calling. You have been matched with this exact property because your assignment requires this location. This is not random housing. This is not coincidental property. This is not accidental real estate. This is strategic heavenly positioning for the next chapter of your life. The right home matters because it serves as your base of operations. The right dwelling matters because it creates the atmosphere for your work. The right property matters because it positions you where you need to be. The housing struggles that limited your impact are being removed. The dwelling challenges that hindered your effectiveness are being eliminated. The property restrictions that confined your influence are being broken. Heaven is positioning you in a strategic location. Heaven is establishing you in a home that will serve your purpose. Heaven is placing you in a dwelling that will amplify your effectiveness. But only if you act before March 20th. The housing decisions that once confused you will soon make perfect sense. The property questions that once overwhelmed you will soon have clear answers. The dwelling dilemmas that once paralyzed you will soon be resolved. Divine wisdom about your housing needs is being granted to you. Heavenly understanding about your property path is being revealed to you. Supernatural insight about your dwelling future is being shown to you. You will begin to see the perfect timing in what appeared to be delays. You will begin to recognize divine protection in what seemed like housing rejections. You will begin to understand perfect positioning in what felt like setbacks. And the housing advisors who gave wrong guidance will be revealed for who they truly are. The property connections that weren't helping you will be exposed. The dwelling information that misled you will be corrected. My beloved, move decisively toward your housing blessing. Act confidently before the March 20th deadline. Proceed boldly to claim what heaven has prepared. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not second-guess what has been divinely arranged. Your days of settling for less than ideal homes are over. Your season of making do with inadequate dwellings is finished. Your time of compromising on your living space has ended. Follow the housing guidance you receive. Respond to the property doors that open. Take the dwelling steps that are illuminated before you. For the one who hesitates until March 21st will find the door closed. But the one who acts before March 20th will enter into housing provision beyond what they imagined possible. Do not allow everyday busyness to make you miss the March 20th deadline. Do not let minor concerns distract you from this major housing provision. Do not permit small details to blind you to the bigger dwelling picture. There will be sudden urgent matters that demand your attention. There will be unexpected situations that try to consume your focus. There will be pressing issues that attempt to delay your housing action. Recognize these as strategic distractions. Identify these as purposeful detours. See these as tests of your housing commitment. Not everyone will understand the importance of your March 20th deadline. Not all will recognize the significance of this timing. Not many will comprehend why this housing transition matters so deeply. Some will question your urgency. Some will doubt the timeline. Some will suggest delay. Stand firm in what has been revealed to you. Hold fast to the March 20th deadline. Remain steadfast in your housing pursuit. No matter what housing obstacles appear before March 20th, I am your provider. No matter what property challenges arise in these final days, I am your helper. No matter what dwelling complications emerge before the deadline, I am your guide. Take these words to heart. Act on them without delay. Move forward with confidence and faith. For the divine housing decree has been issued. The heavenly property provision has been arranged. The angelic dwelling blessing has been prepared. You are meant for this home. You are destined for this dwelling. You are assigned to this property. From the moment you take action before March 20th, you step into housing blessing. From the instant you respond before the deadline, you secure divine dwelling. From the second you move forward in faith, your new home becomes reality.